What's up, everybody? So this new game that's out, Might and Magic Elemental Guardians. Not sure what I'm doing or how to proceed, but I'm gonna start making videos on it. So, first off, when you start, you have some creatures that give you to start off with, teach you how to play. If I remember correctly, you start off with this Fire Griffin. He starts off as a 2-star. You can upgrade him. They give you resource potions that you can use to upgrade his level. You can use other stars to rank him up, as I have done. You can use magic books and these things, fire creatures. It takes so many fire creatures and one magical book to upgrade his skills, and the skill that gets upgraded is random. It will choose one of these 3 skills and it'll give you a point in it. It's basically like if you've ever played Summoner's War. It's like a Devilmon, basically. You also use certain resources. They've got your elemental resources that you can use here. They've got your random essences that you can use, and your magical books to evolve. You will use a lot of books throughout to skill up and evolve. If you evolve, they will change looks, and you have a chance of changing your main skill. And then they will also give you a air nymph and an air stone guard. They have their set skills. I summoned this little guy right here. I basically kept it and started up for the simple fact that it makes all allies immune to all negative effects for 1 turn and increases their attack and defense for 2 turns, which is pretty useful, especially starting out if you don't know what you're doing. So I got pretty lucky with that. Plus, good for bosses and some creatures that may be either tanky or fast. You slow them down a little bit for 3 turns. This guy starts out, he's got a double attack, which doesn't really do much. But this is pretty useful. He's an attack monster. I believe that's what they had him for, as an attack monster. He's got some pretty decent damage. Paired up with the attack buff there, he'll do some good AoE damage, plus decreases everyone's speed with a 60% chance for 1 turn. Then this guy is pretty useful, paired up with the Earth Fawn's defense and attack buff. This guy will do some pretty decent damage because he scales off of defense for damage. This one attacks all enemies based on your own defense, regenerates your own HP by 20% for 2 turns, with a 75% chance of taunting everyone for 1 turn, which is pretty useful if you need somebody to stay alive. This chick is also useful. She's got her own paralysis. She can stun somebody for 1 turn, and she can heal someone for 400 points plus 25% of their max HP. I'm not sure if that's the ally's max HP or her max HP when she heals. Now, I have this rune maxed out. As you can see, it's plus 16. It's actually a glyph. I have it maxed out to 16 for speed, but you don't have to. It's only a few points, basically. It's not really that significant. You want to try to get the stronger glyphs you can. There's the gray, there's blue, there's green. I haven't really seen anything higher than green. I've heard there's yellow, and I'm not sure if there's any other colors. You can come over here. Quests will give you soul stones all the time. You can use seals to buy soul stones, which I wouldn't recommend. Use them for energy refills. They give you minor fragments that you can use to make soul stones. You got legendary epic fragments for your epic soul stones, and then you got legendary fragments. Quests will give those to you. Then you've got your elemental soul stones. I have yet to receive any of these. It says you can get them from the reputation shop. The quests will give you tons and tons and tons of keys. I would say save them for when you get enough. You can open up medium chests, or if you want to save the medium and large keys, you could save those for the large chests and just keep opening small chests. It's up to you. There's events that go on that will give you special soul stones. Right now, we pre-registration gift, they give you this little android monster. He's pretty useful. I like him. Then you got the summon, basically summon 150 2-star higher monsters, and you get a supreme guaranteed 4-star monster. I, as a new player just starting out, I doubt I'm going to be able to complete this event. This game is fairly new, but it's not new enough. I've watched a couple videos of Childish play. If I want to assume he's like level 41 by now. So you go ahead and watch his videos if you need more tips, because for right now I'm just learning. But this inauguration day, we got 18 days left. Basically, you complete these missions. When you complete one, like say I evolve one creature, it will complete it, and then it will give you another task for evolving creatures. It'll probably say 2. And you just keep doing that. Upgrade to 40 times, easy. Spend energy in Shattered Islands, easy. Summon 8 creatures of 2 stars. That one takes a little bit of time, but it's fairly easy. Rank up 3 creatures to rank 3. This one, just starting out, may be a little difficult for new people, but once you get strong monsters, then you can level up fodder pretty quickly, and that'll be easy. They give you plenty of time as well, even for a new player. So, yeah. When you start out, you get tons and tons and tons of crystals. I think I started out like 400,000, 400k, and I get them fairly quickly. But I have a guild. If anybody would like to join it, it is Mavericks. It's an open guild. I've got quests that'll go that you can contribute to. There's guild shops. So I guess there is level or purple, so it'll go gray, blue, green, purple. I'm guessing this is gold or yellow. And you can go ahead and buy stuff through here. But that's if anybody's interested. If it gets too popular, I will be closing the requirements down, but I'm not a big stickler as long as you're active. So that's the guild hall. Then there's the missions. You've got your daily missions. Then you've got your achievements. You've got your general achievements, which, you know, get so many glyphs. You get a treasure chest, obtain so many creatures. You know, pretty straightforward achievements. They do get bigger and bigger every time you collect one. Then they've got them for different places. These are the campaign areas, basically. And you can collect things through there. Pretty straightforward. So, without further ado, we'll probably look at the shop later, because there's nothing there for me now. I'm free to play right now. I don't know if I will be pay to win in the future, but as of right now, I am free to play. So we'll go to battle, show you that. So we're going to go to the Sunken City because I'm farming for haste glyphs, and haste glyphs give you a bonus to speed. So we'll go here. You can, if you've beaten the entire area and unlocked advanced, you can go back to normal and use simulate. Simulate. You can use so many tickets. Basically, they're like instant rewards. You can only use so many per hour, I believe. Once you use so many, you have like an hour time limit. You have to wait before you can use more. Not sure. I don't use it too much. Sometimes I'll spam it, but you do not get experience for your monsters. When you do spam those, you only get the rewards. So, little caution. I prefer to just play it than to simulate it. As you can see, this little guy is maxed out at level 25 as a 3-star. I did use some X potions. Instead of like some games where you put a bunch of monsters together to up their experience, you actually get experience potions that you can spend on these guys to boost them up. Say for example, you've got fodder or a new monster that you really want, and you want to boost it up quickly for what you're doing. You've got a whole bunch of XP pots that you've been saving. You can go ahead and boost them. So as you can see, I've got my Griffin, I've got my Air Stone Guardian, I've got my Earth Fawn, and then I've got my Air Nymph. So I've got my heals, my single target stuns, my single target slow, my AoE slow. I've got my AoE provoke. He also provides an attack break for a single target. And then I've got my AoE attack defense buff with AoE immunity. And this team is actually the team that I started out with. You've got the 3 default monsters, and then I summoned the Fawn, luckily. So from the crystals that I got during my quests. So I went ahead and boosted him up a little bit, because he is kind of squishy. But I'm just going to throw this on auto. Now, a couple of my monsters do have a skill ups to them. I believe my my Earth Fawn has 1 skill up, but that is, I think, to just basic attack, which is plus 5% damage to his first skill. And then I have the Android monster that is 2-star maxed. It has a skill up in the 3rd skill, I believe. And the 3rd skill for the Android monster is it sets a bomb. It's an AoE debuff that sets a bomb on all enemies, and after so many turns, it detonates with a multiplier of damage based on the monster using the skill. We can look at that skill later. And it also has a 2nd skill where it basically transforms the enemy into an outdated version of the android monster and locks their skills, so all they can do is a basic attack. So right now for this area, I'm farming a haste glyph with this is actually, I'll show you the glyphs here in a second. I'm farming a haste glyph with an accuracy means stat, and it will go on my light nymph, so its 2nd skill with the stun will probably be a little more accurate. And since I believe her heal scales off HP, she'll mainly be a lot of HP, but she's going to be double haste. And then you can set it to fast battle mode. That way when you hit next or replay, you don't have to choose which monsters. It'll automatically go straight in, and if you've got it on auto mode, then basically you're only clicking one button per battle. But we're going to go back to the home page so I can show you the monsters again. So you've got your upgrades. We're going to go ahead and look at... Who are we going to look at? We're going to look at him. So he scales off defense. So obviously it takes 3 glyphs. It takes 3 of the same glyphs. It doesn't matter what position they're in, but it takes 3 of the same glyphs to give a bonus effect. As this girl has 3 glyphs. They're not straight up and down. They're not even connecting. And she gets speed bonus of 10 for these glyphs. You've got vitality, bonus to HP, bonus to attack, bonus to crit, defense, speed, accuracy, crit, resistance, life drain, life steal basically. Appeasement, bonus to healing, which will probably be decent for her. Bonus to cooldown. I have no idea what that does. But that's kind of interesting. And then bonus to immunity. Everybody loves their immunity. It's good for PvP and stuff for people who are faster than you and they want to pop off that those debuffs real quick. But as you can see, I've got her 1 set of haste. I'll get her another set of haste. She's got double speed. Both of these are main speed stats. And then I've got her HP. Excuse me. This guy, got him on a little bit of speed, a little bit of resistance, got him with some HP to make him tanky. There are monsters in this game that ignore defense. And since he is going to be defense-based, I wanted him to be a little tanky with some HP in case he does come across somebody that ignores defense. I've got him on defense as well to make him tanky. I'm going to make him a support monster because of the slow. Basically, the fastest monster is going to be my healer until I can find an AoE healer, and he will basically be all 4 of my monsters will basically be built support. I've got vitality on this one, which, as you saw before, will give you a bonus to HP. So he will have speed, probably HP defense. And what the cool thing is the first 2 slots up here, you can go with attack, defense, percentages, or flat rates. You can go speed. And then for down here, you can, for the second part, you can go either crit percentage, which is basically your crit rate, or crit damage percentage, and then your basic attack, defense, flat rate, or percentages. And then for the bottom, you can either go accuracy, resistance percentages with your basic attack, defense, flat rate, or percentages. So it's pretty cool how you build them. But one thing to know, if you're trying to go for looks on your glyphs, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter what position they're in. I could have an attack here or speed here, and it wouldn't make a difference if I had the speed here, attack here, because as long as you have the set, it really doesn't matter. Now here's your little android monster. Now the android monster, as you can see, I don't have any runes on him. He's pretty good without runes. His first attack is basically attacks an enemy. His second attack is attacks an enemy and transform them into an outdated Andy version for 2 turns, reusable after 4 turns. Basically minimizes if you're thinking Pokemon or if you're thinking Summoner's War. There's not really anything for Summoner's War. Basically, it just transforms them into a smaller version of this guy and locks their skills so they can't use anything, and all they can do is basic attack. Applies one of the following effects at random to all enemies. So this one lands bomb for me. pretty frequent, so that's why I said it lands bombs. But it's at random. It applies one of the random effects to all enemies. So it could stun, it could taunt, it could bomb. It's actually pretty useful. Stuns are extremely useful. Bombs are useful if you can survive so many turns. He's actually landed pretty good debuffs for me with the accuracy that he has. So if I were to rune him, I'd probably rune him with attack. And to show you what bombs do, I think I have a monster that does bomb effects. Poison is actually really good in this game too. Poison does a lot of damage, poisoning them twice for 2 turns. So he's actually pretty good. I want to see what his upgraded look is. He is actually a pretty good monster. This guy is, I think, one of the dungeon bosses for low-level areas. Let's see. Regenerates own HP. Can't remember. As you can see, I have some of these monsters. You can add them to favorites, and they'll put a little star next to them. Poison an enemy attacker with a 40% chance. This is actually good if it had a provoke. If this monster had a provoke with a defense buff, it would actually be really nice. Attacks all enemies, poisoning them 2 turns, and decreasing their speed. The poisoning them AoE poison with AoE speed debuff is actually pretty good, considering the fact if you've got other monsters that can do poison, it'll give you a chance to tack on a lot of poison before they get a chance to move. And then I've got my stripper. Well, it looks like I cannot find where I had a monster. Resistance against harmful effects increased. Regenerates self by 10% every turn. That guy would actually be pretty useful for me. If anybody's ever played Summoner's War and they had Harg, that would be extremely useful. Make him really, really fast and just regen ton of HP. See if I have some good runes for him. See, right here. Go ahead and equip that. Go ahead and equip that. And then he's locked into favorites, so. Alright. And then we'll go back. Now, I don't think Water Monsters has many bomb effects. If anybody like has like nukers or whatever, you want to build this guy's support, really fast support, he'd be pretty good. team up with an ally to attack an enemy. You just go straight in, and he'd be tanky, so you could just keep teaming up with somebody. He'd be pretty good starting off. This guy I got from doing some of the campaign missions over and over. Now, I trash a lot of 1 stars because I get a lot of the green soul stones, and it allows me to just keep summoning. Now, I've probably looked at some of these monsters several times over. Alright, I can't find it. I probably trashed the monster. But that'll end the video for now. If you guys like it, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. I'll probably be doing a lot more videos for this game since it's still fairly new. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If there's things I need to improve on. If you guys have different glyph ideas for the monsters that I use. Different stat ideas you think I should be going attack instead of tank. Let me know what's going on. Until next time. Bye.